Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Wonderful to see you today. Thank you for joining. So today is money Monday, Money Monday topic. Making some updates for you guys to keep things a little bit more streamlined and organized and helpful for you. So on Mondays, we're gonna be talking about finance, and I got a lot of questions about the financial part, and I have good stories and bad stories to prove different points. But if you're on my Patreon account, it's a platform where we can go into depths and it's a lot more private than YouTube. You are in for a treat today because I just recorded a video that goes into depths about how to pre-qualify yourself and your potential or current lady to see if you can afford a good life with her, maybe her children too, or your common children in US. So please watch it. I will put a link in the first comment and in description. I really feel so hurt when good men decide to not go for enriching their life and having love in their life and having the traditional woman they dream about because they think I'm not making enough money. They think that they will not be able to provide, and they have all those beliefs that holding them back when maybe things are not that bad, or maybe they just do not know specific particular things. They need to take attention and make that self-check. So you will be able to find some of the questions from the self-check in the videos that I just posted on Patreon. I think it's so important to not be satisfied with a quick answer. Oh, if somebody treats you low class here, I know there are a lot of people that are obsessed about comparing themselves, and there are people that show off the brands and new cars, and a lot of times you cannot impress a woman in North America, by just doing regular things, maybe going out places around you, or having some little shopping. So about all of this I'm talking in that video, and also sharing with you my personal experiences and experiences from my clients. So something that I do want you to know for sure is, yes, you absolutely have to have a certain level of income if you applying for K1 visa. K1 visa is fiance visa. That is the best way to come to United States if you want to get married, and it applies to lady that you met, you spend time with, and you decide you want her you want to invite her in your life here. K1 visa, fiance visa. If you need more information, feel free to contact me and I will help you, give you answers on some of the questions you might have. So the it could vary from different states, but you do have to have what is official considered, an income over the low level. So you cannot have be a low income guy officially and file for K1. I believe it's 45,000 plus, but you need to check with your state because different states have different levels, right? Different salaries, different prices. So it's not that hard. You can just check for your state what income is considered above the poverty or above the low income line. So And that's also something that your lawyer will can tell you easily, and you kind of know what it is. So if you are an average guy, maybe you are only in your late 20s or early 30s, and you have never been married before. You have concerns. Okay, do I wait till I make more money and then I bring a wife, and we have family and kids? Do I go now, but we kind of uh, having a little tight budget? All of this I'm gonna go into depth today on Patreon. I talked about the aspects how to pre-qualify once again yourself and her. There are some things that's so obvious, you can see them right away, and 100% of the men that were either got a bad divorce or were kind of misled, is they could have seen that's coming right away. So don't be lazy to invest in your education. Learn from me, learn from the other people that share about these things and giving you an honest sharing their experiences. Of course, there is a lot of negative experiences, but also be careful because negative experiences often are one-sided, and a lot of things are not shared with you. So if somebody tells you a very negative experience, ask them for the details, ask them to tell you more. And if it's one-sided, it's probably not true, or not, not the whole picture, right? So although the state have requirements, the federal government have requirements, you cannot be officially poor and bring a lady. You probably cannot be a felon and bring a lady. You probably cannot be a bankrupt and bring a lady from overseas. You could not have all this, social, serious social issues and financial issues. But most of people are doing most of people that looking overseas and wanting to have a family and wanting to be a provider, they are somewhere in the middle. They are not on the ground, but they might not be ridiculously rich. And the purpose of this video is I don't want you guys to think that Ukrainian women want you only if you're ridiculously rich. And also I talked in that video that I just made for the members, is that rich in different Ukrainians women minds means totally different things. So you actually never know which category you will fall in. Everything connects in our beings. We are the whole picture. When we see the person, we see and feel and experience the whole picture. Somebody can tell you, oh, this woman is gorgeous. You might talk to her and you might think, not for me, because you don't get her energy, her emotional state connect with yours. You might completely not like her, but for somebody, it might be a dream. So you have to have your own experiences, you have to have your own values on the paper. If you had somebody who put you down for years that you're not enough, you have to work with that first and realize that, what, maybe I am enough for the right person. Maybe I could offer enough. And there is a lady that would absolutely love what your previous wife had, but did not appreciate. You have to do that reevaluation with your emotional state, with your mental state. Possibly invest some time in rediscovering yourself and getting that strength, because most of men that I talk to, most of men that I meet via my personal consultations and via different platforms, they are more than capable of creating a beautiful family unit, whether it's a first first marriage, or whether it's later in life, do the middle age years where you've done everything already and you just want to live for yourself and to share it with somebody, please don't stop yourself from something that will be very nurturing and inspiring and motivating deeply in your life, such as a loving woman. A lot of people talk about, the materialistic side of things and how terrible women become. You can get drawn into that negativity. You can get all upset about it, or you can just find the right woman that have same values that you do. Once again, she might not be an Instagram star. She might not be a supermodel. She might not be what you call here 10 out of 10 for whoever creates that scale, right? But she can be just right for you. And then you will be able also to answer that financial question for yourself. Sometimes it's hard to make these videos because I have to generalize a lot. That's why we will have more platforms to talk things into depth and to also talk about particular example that you might have. That's why people reach out to me to, talk in person, because there are particular examples. And sometimes when you know all the details, the answer vary quite a bit. So that's something to consider. So I just want to bring hope. There is always hope. There is always a way to do things when you want to do them and you have an intention. If you're not in such a great shape, you can always find a way to improve it. We live in a time where everything is possible. There are so many opportunities, and you do have to just write it down and come out with a plan. You are capable of more than you know. But a lot of times when you were living with a negative partner, or you have a negative environment at your work, or maybe even your family when you were growing up, you tell yourself things that are not true. You devalue your own things. Sometimes when you lived with a partner who was abusive, even though the partner is gone, you are the one that telling to yourself, oh, nobody wants me, I'm incapable, I am not a good provider, I am not enough. So whatever you do, whatever topic it is, even if it's a Money Monday, you have to start with the I'm enough statement, and realize that you are, and you're capable of more. So, guys, with that being said, I want to hear from you. I will put links in the description below and in the first comment under the video if you want to check out the video more into depth that I made today. And they will be coming every Monday on Patreon, and shorter ones here on YouTube, where we can just take all this confusion out of the way, and I can maybe, I hope, help you to reach your goals. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you soon.